well, this is the toast. Fast forward 5 years, I'm 15 and Lizzie is 5, and she's in my bedroom. I come into my bedroom and she's in my bedroom, and she used to call me Maremy, and she said, Maremy, when I grow up, am I going to be just like you or a little different? And I said, you're probably going to be a little different. But am I going to listen to music just like you or a little different? You know, and thus ensued a series of about a dozen questions. And each time I said, you know, a little different, I think. And so, so I'm going to give you 2 examples, again, of how I was right. First is, I was in graduate school at Berkeley, and at that time Lizzie was an undergraduate at Berkeley. I was getting a PhD in Spanish literature, and Lizzie was getting her BA in English literature. And she would talk about her classes and what she was doing, and Berkeley is one of the best places in the entire country to get a degree in English. And Lizzie was, you know, nonchalantly attending graduate classes in English at Berkeley with Nobel laureates or poet laureates or whatever. You know, she's in there with 6 graduate students and a poet laureate, just, you know, no big deal. And so I said to Lizzie, you should really think about doing a graduate degree in English. I mean, you could get a PhD in English, I'm getting this PhD in Spanish. And she looks at me and says, no offense, Mary, but your life really doesn't look like much fun. Okay, fine, so a little different. And she was right, it wasn't really that fun. But I'd like to say that a little similar is at this point right now that we're both married to the most excellent men for us. And Ryan, I forgive you, but you stole a little bit of my thunder with your vows. But I'm going to flesh out the story you already inaugurated because it's so good. Lizzie, so I hate that we all live in separate cities. You know, Lizzie and I would live in LA, Joseph and my mom and Bill live in Berkeley, I live in Albuquerque. And there are many things that are problematic with that, but one of them is that when your sister or your brother starts to date someone, you don't know them, and it takes so long to get to know them because you see them for 2 days at Christmas or 2 days in the summer. And so Lizzie really took it upon herself, knowing that this is the case, took it upon herself to share all kinds of stories. I'm so excited about this guy Ryan, and here's Ryan, and I'm telling you the story about Ryan. And absolutely, my favorite story about Ryan is the part of your charm story. So Ryan would call Lizzie, you know, they've been dating a few months, he's in love with her, she's in love, but the dust is settling a little bit, he's starting to see her a little more clearly for who she is. And he calls her and says, Lizzie, let's go do something today. And she says, oh, I'm still asleep. And Ryan says, it's 1:30 p.m., Lizzie. What do you mean you're still asleep at 1:30 p.m.? It's part of my charm. Okay. Elizabeth, why do you have silverware for 12 and 5 Halloween costumes in your car? It's part of my charm. Okay, I won't go on because that's mean to my sister. But Ryan, well, there is the binge BBC watching of the sleuth who's always over 80. Like, that's another one. But okay. So Ryan did tell her, Lizzie, you need to choose 2 things.
3. I got 3.
Okay, fine. 3 things. They can't change. Those are your charm. The rest of these things are just foibles, and you kind of have to figure it out. And when I heard that, I thought, wow, Ryan is so honest emotionally and so invested and clearly is thinking of this relationship like we are 2 equals here. I love you, you're beautiful, you're wonderful. I'm not going to indulge all of your strange idiosyncrasies though. And I thought, this guy seems like a great guy. And I'm I'm so happy for both of you, and I love you both so much. And so please raise a glass.